to get going again as well. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, guys, what he gives this team is an edge. I mean, he gets into the arena, he just lights it up, and I thought that first half he really had it rolling.
You know, he doesn't just give them an edge. He gives them a confidence and a swagger they wouldn't otherwise have. I mean, he's a special player to have around.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Indiana, Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Rodney Stuckey out there with Hill, and it's Hibbert in at the center position.
Well, for Paul George, a big leap forward last season, up his scoring dramatically, and now in his 5th season. He's not quite a superstar yet. That seems to be his trajectory.
Nene kicks the wall. To the middle. Here's Beal, and it's sent back by Hill. They get it back. And another shot. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Wizards have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And for Paul George, one of the things I really like is the way he goes about getting his points. I mean, not just on the perimeter or facing up, which he's very good at, but PG also is doing a better job of making dive cuts, posting up now, really using his size and athleticism to score around the rim. And he's actually mastered a pretty potent turnaround jump shot over smaller defenders.
And it's Hibbert missing.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfect.
And guys, remember, Paul George played center in high school. It wasn't until college, Steve, that he transitioned to the perimeter.
Yeah, maybe part of what caused him to slip on draft night. But, you know, you talk about drafting for talent. The Pacers' best player was small forward Danny Granger. But they took George anyway, and you see how it's worked out.
It's Wall with the drive. Offensive rebound.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
George passes to Hill. Back to George. West setting the pick for George. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Now it's a 5-point Pacer lead.
Well, he gets the fadeaway to go. I'd still rather see him go straight up with it.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Nene with the screen on Stuckey. Here's Beal. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Hill dishes to West. The 11-footer. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. West has got his first points of the night.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Paul Pierce. Sessions checked in for Beal. And it's Bynum in for John Wall. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Well-placed alley pass into the layup. And the Pacers lead by 9.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. Lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
It's deflected. Here's Sloan. He's covered by Sessions. Sloan passes to Stoll. Humphries with the steal. Sessions against Hill. It's off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. And stolen by Scola.
That steal was a product of active hands and outstanding defensive awareness.
The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Bynum kicks to Seraphin. The feed now to Porter. He dishes it to Seraphin to end the run. No good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And you know, guys, this is a basketball team that they faced in the conference semis last year and won that series. So there's some emotion here tonight. You can feel it out on the floor.
The jump hook, and again, it's Indiana.
Boy, what a nice third-quarter surge they've got going on right now.
You know, Steve, never a better time than the third quarter, in my mind, to get the momentum going your way.
They definitely have the psychological upper hand, you could say.
That's for sure, and I think that will definitely fan the flames, Kevin.
Rasul Butler's checked in for Will Bynum.
How about a look at the Pacers and where they ranked in the NBA last season? First in opponent field goal percentage. Second in opponent points per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in blocks. A good, solid team at the defensive end of the floor.
And Clark, you know this. I mean, anytime you see a team #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage defense, you know they're getting after it. So this is a club that plays extremely hard. They take great pride in their defense. They have a concerted plan, a concerted effort every single night to try to stop the opposing team. Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
46 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Sloan kicks to Miles. From outside, off the mark. Wizards trail by 13. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Seraphin controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Humphries has got 4 points this quarter.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you.
Now Sessions. Outside Butler. Here's the three. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. And it's 7 points for Butler.
He's really stood out for his club team. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
And a moment now to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. With 6 in the game, it's been some excellent court vision from Hill.
Well, he's been key to their ability to find the open man and really get the offense operating smoothly.
Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Nene is out there with Pierce, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Here's Wall. Nene setting the pick for Wall. Outside Butler. Outside Butler. Outside Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wall. That's good from 17 feet away. Wall's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. Hill kicks to Stuckey. Wants to screen on Beal. Stuckey with it. Butler covering. Stolen by Nene. Kicks it to Beal. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Hill against Pierce. Pulls up on the wing. Hill, no good. Wizards trail by 6. Outside, Wall. He feeds it to Beal. Back to Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And Washington making a change here. Seraphin's checked in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high percentage looks.
Thanks, Doris. Roy Hibbert, one of the biggest players in the league, Clark, 7'2" last season, bulking up to 290 pounds.
Yeah, he wanted to get stronger to better hold his position in the low post. And a good portion of the season he did that, then he fell back into some old habits. You know, when he first joined the Pacers, the coach had him slim down to 250 pounds because of the type of game the Pacers were playing was a little different. But he's a player who's best playing to his strength. And we mean that literally.
Hill dishes to West, and the foul on Paul Pierce. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Hill passes to Hibbert. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Roy Hibbert, the big dog, number 55 for the Pacers, is 7'2", and is a little too big for king-size beds. Every time the Pacers go on the road, he has to take along a special inflatable mattress that he likes to sleep on. It's one of the downsides to living large.
Nene, the screen. And Wall kicks to Pierce. Back to Wall. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And Hibbert's father stands 6'2", and Steve, his mother, is 6'1". But Roy obviously towers over both of them.
Well, he towers over everybody, Kevin. I mean, you look at the family roots. His parents came from the Caribbean. And Roy actually played one game for the Jamaican national team back in 2010. And unfortunately, that actually may rule him out of playing for Team USA. So very interesting sort of international background there.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their game plan was to run their offense through Wall. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Gentlemen, some late game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. Stuckey kicks to George. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Seraphin's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Wall dishes to Pierce. Wall wide open. Wall with another miss.
Would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
Right side, George. The 17-footer. And he gets it to go. And the Pacers lead by 10.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Nene setting the pick for Wall. Nene has the open look. Here's Seraphin. The Pacers pull it in. George has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Hibbert with a screen for Stuckey. Outside, George shoots it. Biscuit is good. The assist from Stuckey. And that's 15 points for Paul George.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Hill against Wall. It's Beal on the wing. Dishes it to Nene. West with some nice D.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Hill passes to Stuckey. It's back to Hill from about 19 feet. Rebound by the Wizards.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Wall's shot is off. Pacers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Hill against Wall. Hill has the open look. Again, missing Hill. Clark, this one just all but in the books.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback at this point, partner.
Not enough time, and just too big of a deficit for this team.
Outside, George. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure